get ya. It's Christmas time and bells are ringing. Spirit's gonna get ya. With all its holiday cheer. Spirit's gonna get ya. The happiness the children sing. Spirit's gonna get ya. Celebrate it all year. Christmas trees make the faces glow on every Christmas garland poise. By the fire 'neath the mistletoe, we're singing bells. Let's deck the halls with joy. Spirit's gonna get ya. It's Christmas time and bells are ringing. Spirit's gonna get ya. With all its holiday cheer. Spirit's gonna get ya. The happiness the children sing. Spirit's gonna get ya. Celebrate it all year.
Yes, the spirit's gonna get you. Seems like it happens to all of us around this time of year. Why, it even happened to Ebenezer Scrooge's triplicate. But I suppose it's getting ahead of our story. Let's begin by dropping in on Mr. Scrooge at his office, a friendly neighborhood money-lending institution called Scrooge and Marley's Limited. It was late in the afternoon on one very special Christmas Eve.
37, 38, 39. Keep your eyes on your work, Cratchit.
Yes, sir. A Merry Christmas, Uncle Ebenezer.
Bah, humbug, save me from Christmas.
Uncle, Christmas a humbug? You don't really mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. What reason do you have to be merry? You're poor enough.
What reason do you have to be miserable? You're rich enough.
Bah, there's no such thing. Only poor enough.
Don't be angry, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in a world with fools blabbing Merry Christmas all the time? If I had my way, every fool going around with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle!
Nephew, you celebrate Christmas in your way and let me celebrate in mine.
But you don't celebrate it. Why don't you join us tomorrow for Christmas dinner?
I'll have plenty to keep me busy here at the office, which reminds me, these are still business hours. Please be good enough to let me get back to my work. Good afternoon.
Please think about my offer, Uncle Ebenezer. You're always welcome. And you do look like you could use a day off.
Good afternoon.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle! And to you and your family, Bob Cratchit.
Thank you, and you too.
And a Happy New Year to all!
Good afternoon. I suppose you want the day off tomorrow, Cratchit.
Well, if it's convenient, sir.
It's not convenient and it's not fair.
It is only once.
We're gonna let the gentleman come on.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, my quick change was not fast enough. I was trying there.
Yeah.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe.
Good afternoon, sir. Do we have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Marley or Mr. Scrooge?
Mr. Scrooge been dead for 7 years. Mr. Marley's been dead for 7 years. He died 7 years ago on this very night.
No doubt his generosity is well represented by his surviving partner.
This Christmas time of the year, we are gathering donations to help the poor.
What can we put you down for, sir?
Nothing, sir.
We'd like to remain anonymous.
I'd like to be left alone. I don't make myself merry and I can't afford to make idle people merry. My taxes already help support the prisoners in workhouses, and those who are rounded off could go there.
Many would rather die than go there.
Then they better do it and decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon. And I suppose you want the day off tomorrow, Cratchit.
Well, if it's convenient, sir.
It's not convenient and it's not fair.
It is year, sir.
That's a poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose I must. Just be here early the next morning.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate it. You won't regret it at all. And Mary, I thank you so much, sir.
All right, run along. I'll close the belt off. Close the belt off.
Yes, sir. And thank you again.
Let's see.
Let's see. Where
Where was I?
was I?
That smells like
I suppose I could finish it in the morning. It does have a nice ring to it. I kind of hate to put it away. What makes me love my money? I can count on it. What makes my dark days sunny? The king's count on it. Count on human kindness when you're in
I count on gold and silver, that's my recipe.
Unlock my toy, filler up with currency. My charity starts at home for my own benefit. So I'll take money, 'cause I can count on it. What makes him love his money, he can count on it. What makes his dark days sunny, the king size amount of it. If there is a pound of Scrooge's kindness when you're low, 'cause even at Christmas it's the status quo. He keeps his dough. Old Scrooge himself is his own favorite charity. He keeps a credit on his popularity. If there was a miser contest, he would be a big hit, 'cause he'll take money. I'll take money. You take money. You can count on it. You can count on it.
It seemed particularly cold and gloomy to Scrooge as he arrived home that night. It was an eerie night when, well, anything could happen. And the first sign that something was wrong came as the unmistakable sound of chains dragging through his house.
Scrooge. Humbug. Scrooge. It's still humbug. I won't believe it. Ebenezer. What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you then?
Ask me who I was.
You're very particular for a ghost. Who were you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe me, do you?
Not really.
Why do you get what you can see?
Well, I've had a slight stomach disorder lately. You're probably just a bad dream on a bit of undigested potato or a bit of old beef. Yes, that's it. Ah! Stop, please, I believe in you. But why do you come here?
Why do you drag?
Well, why do you drag those huge chains around?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard on earth, and now I will wear it forever, as you will wear yours, Ebenezer.
Mine?
Why, yours was this long 7 Christmases ago, and you've been working on it ever since.
You gotta help me, Jacob Marley. You're always a good friend in business.
Business? Mankind was my business, but how seldom I paid attention to it. Listen carefully. I'm here to warn you, you may still have a chance to escape my fate.
Oh, thank you, Jacob Marley.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
I think I'd rather not.
Expect the first when the bell tolls 1.
You see, couldn't I just take them all at once and get it over with?
The second will appear at 2 and the third at 3. I must go now, but for your sake, listen to what I've said. Farewell.
Wait,
Jacob, free spirits? Were you the spirit I was warned about?
I am.
Well, who or what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past. Long past? No. Short past.
Why you come here?
Where about that?
I appreciate that, but I think a good night's sleep will do more for my welfare.
Let's call it your redemption. Now rise. Walk with me.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
The ghost took Scrooge to see the many shadows of things that have been, and each scene brought back 1,000 hopes, joys, and cares long, long forgotten. They visited a school during Christmas holiday, though it was not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, was left there. He was cheered, though, by a visit from his sister Fran. She had a large and loving heart, but died a young woman, leaving one child, Scrooge's nephew, Fred. Ebenezer's favorite visit, however, was to his first employer, Fezziwig. Here was a man who made the people around him cheerful and fulfilled, not with money, but with words and actions so slight and insignificant that they seemed to go unnoticed. And every Christmas Eve, he'd close his shop early to throw the happiest Christmas parties you've ever seen.
Who took Scrooge to see them?
Yes.
Pick out a partner, pick out a friend, pick anyone you know.
circle and stomp down on the floor and clap your hands so hard you make them sore. Circle to the right now to come back home once more. And we'll sing it out the door just like we did before.
It's a holiday, holiday hoedown, having a hoedown round the Christmas tree. It's a holiday, holiday hoedown, what a Christmas jamboree. It's a holiday, holiday hoedown, having a hoedown round the Christmas tree. It's a holiday, holiday hoedown, what a happy Christmas jamboree.
Now who are you?
The ghost of Christmas present. Have a look. You've never seen anything quite like you before, have you? Never. So you've never bothered to meet any of my older brothers?
That depends. How many brothers do you have?
Nearly 2,000.
Well, that's a lot of mouths to feed.
Every year at Christmas time, one of us drops in on this little planet to help solve some of its biggest problems. That's why I've come to see you, Scrooge.
Sir, I can assure you, from the lessons I've learned in Christmas past, that
Scrooge, you've just begun to learn about the real world. Now come with me and I'll show you what I mean.
Taking a ride to see what we can see. You don't need money, you should like that. This entire trip is free. All around the chimney smoke, the fires are blazing away. People showing love to one and all, they're celebrating the day. Now you don't have to be a whiz to know that's the way it is.
that's the way it is, Mr. Scrooge. You can see it all right here today. You've been on your own, now you got to be shown. Ebenezer, hear me say, that's the way it is. Now nephew Fred is having a bash. It's Christmas afternoon. Everybody came to have some fun, except that old tycoon. You suppose that Fred is mad because of your point of view? For being rich but having no fun, he just feels sorry for you. Now that's the way it is. That's the way it is, Mr. Scrooge. You can see it all right here today. You've been on your own, now you've got to be shown. Ebenezer, hear me say, that's the way it is, Mr. Scrooge. You can see it all right here today. You've been on your own, now you've got to be shown. Ebenezer, hear me say, that's the way it is.
Now where am I? I'm not surprised you don't recognize the luxurious surroundings of the Robert Cratchit mansion.
I never met this family before. Will they be able to see me?
I'm afraid they'll be denied that pleasure, but we can see them. Let's stick around, shall we?
Hurry and set the table, children. Your father and Tiny Tim will be home any minute.
Yes, Mother.
I'll do something.
you kids get washed up. And hurry up now.
Yes, Father.
And how is little Tim today?
As good as gold and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much and thinks the strangest things you've ever heard. Just coming home, he told me that he hopes people saw him and it would remind them to be grateful for their blessings today on Christmas. You know, he does seem to be getting better, doesn't he?
We're ready for dinner, Father. Peter helped me get ready, Father.
I thank you, Peter. And now that we're all here, a toast. A Merry Christmas to all. And a Merry Christmas to the founder of our feast, Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge.
The founder of our feast, indeed. I wish he were here right now. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast on.
Oh dear, it's Christmas. Children.
It would have to be Christmas Day to toast to the health of such a hard, stingy, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is Robert. Nobody knows it better than you. Poor dear.
But Christmas.
Children, we shall toast your father for the love and happiness he has given us, and to Tiny Tim for the good health he so deserves. And since it's Christmas, I'll even drink to that old miser, Mr. Scrooge. Merry Christmas to us all.
Merry Christmas!
And God bless us, everyone.
Sometimes I ask myself, is there one road to happiness? And does it lead to something that is real? I've watched as others build their own illusions of success. But then I look inside and following the guide, I find my real treasure in what I feel. 'Cause we've got love, we've got love. No matter what the load is, love will see us through. 'Cause we've got love, we've got love. There's one to turn to, 'cause we've got love. But once or twice I've wondered, can I hold on one more day? Sometimes I feel life's pulling me apart. It doesn't seem quite fair that we should struggle on this way. But then I must confess, of all that I possess, the one thing that matters is in my heart. 'Cause we've got love, we've got love. No matter what the load is, love will see us through. 'Cause we've got love, we've got love. I'm there beside you, I'm there behind you. No one can divide you. 'Cause we've got love. Yes, we've got love.
Tell me, Spirit, what will happen to Tiny Tim? Now, Scrooge, why would someone who already supports the workhouses and prisons have any interest in the welfare of just another needy child?
Never mind that. Will he die?
Oh, without proper treatment, perhaps. But now, that would just help reduce the surplus population. It's time for me to go now.
You've shown me so much. I want to learn more.
Scrooge,
There's never enough time to do all that you want, and suddenly it's too late.
The Ghost of Christmas Future presented Scrooge with a different experience altogether. He was a dark, faceless phantom, shrouded in black and scattering gloom, and mystery wherever he walked. By now, Scrooge was anxious to make the most of his time in the spirit world, and followed him willingly, though the phantom never spoke a word. Back at the Cratchit house, they found a small vacant seat by the fireplace, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. As they traveled along, Scrooge would plead with the phantom for an answer. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the things that may be? But he received no answer.
Volunteer for no, it's gonna be very personal. I don't mind going if lunch is provided.
Scavengers and thieves, there's no fire from my breeze. Scavengers and thieves, there's no one where there's no one to grieve.
Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That's for sure. Nobody did more than him.
So who's the wiser?
Not a dead man, I suppose.
And if he wanted to keep his things after he was dead, why'd he have someone to look after them instead of just lying there all alone?
Truer words were never spoken. It's a judgment on him. That's what it is.
Well, then let's get on with it. He won't need warm clothes where he's going.
The shadows yet to be, fulfilling your darkest destiny. The fatal stars, a chord of mystery. The shadows yet to be.
Where am I? I'm alive. Oh, thank you, Jacob Marley. I still have a chance to change, but I don't know what to do first. I feel as light as a feather, as happy as a schoolboy. Wait, it's Christmas morning. I think I know some people who never forget this day.
There's a special glow on Christmas morning. There's a feeling down deep inside. On
Bells ring out on Christmas morning. It's a newborn day, bring out the sun. Let the music ring, open up and sing. Christmas mornings for
Old Scrooge was beside himself with delight. He hurried off to find the grocer and the toy shop owner, who anonymously sent a lavish dinner and gift to the Cratchit family. He sought out the two gentlemen of charity and insisted on making a donation large enough to cover what he called many back payments. He even managed to stop in his nephew Fred's Christmas party for a joyous holiday celebration. But Scrooge was at the office early the next morning. If only he could catch Bob Cratchit coming in late. And he did! It was 18 minutes after 9 when Bob tried to sneak in and looked very busy at his desk.
Cratchit, what do you mean coming in this time of day?
I'm sorry, sir. It's only once a year. It won't happen again.
I tell you what, my friend, I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing anymore. Step this way, please.
It won't happen again, sir.
And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary.
What?
Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas I've given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary, and this afternoon we'll discuss what we can do to help your family. We're going to start by getting the right medical care for Tiny Tim, and he will get well, and you can count on it.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good as boss, and as good a person as anyone could imagine. And it was always said of him that he knew how to celebrate Christmas well, if anyone alive did. May that truly be said of all of us. And as Tiny Tim so aptly observed, God bless us, everyone.
Spirit's gonna get ya. Spirit's gonna get ya. It's Christmas time and bells are ringing. Spirit's gonna get ya. It's always holiday cheer. Spirit's gonna get ya. The happiness the children sing. Spirit's gonna get ya. Celebrate all year. Most things dressed with shine.
actually went really well. That was impressive. Thank you so much for being a part of our celebration of the season and allowing the kids to kind of dig into something a little more serious than they've done in the past. And it was really good. And thank you so much for being here and wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And they'll be ready in a few minutes. I'm going to go round them up.